What's the most evil thing someone did while you were asleep? When I woke up with random bruises all over my hips, I joked to my boyfriend that I'm just a girl. But a week later, when they covered my entire body, I started panicking. Nathan was examining them with this intense focus, running his fingers over them with a deep fascination. "These are perfectly symmetrical," he murmured, pulling out his phone to take photos. "That's weird, right?" I asked, but he was already writing in a notebook, adding timestamps. By week 3, I couldn't wear anything sleeveless and was exhausted. I literally fell asleep during a client presentation. I thought the symptoms would end there, until one day when my period just stopped, mid-cycle, like someone flipped a switch. "That's not normal," I told Nathan, and his eyes lit up. "When exactly did it stop? What day?" The way he asked made my stomach twist. The bruises kept appearing in places I couldn't even reach. I tried recording myself sleeping, but the files were always corrupted. "Must be the Wi-Fi," Nathan said, though Netflix worked perfectly. I was about to make a doctor's appointment when Dana, his ex, messaged me on Instagram. "Check your hormone levels immediately, please." I almost ignored it, but she followed up with a photo of her own bruises, identical pattern to mine. I drove straight to the Starbucks she suggested, and when I saw her, I almost gasped. She looked closer to 50 than 25, and she cut straight to the chase. "The bruises, they're injection sites. Nathan is doing something to you." My hands started shaking. "That's insane." She pulled up her medical records on her phone. "Look at this. I have the hormone levels of a 55-year-old woman. I practically went through menopause at 25. She leaned closer. "His mother taught him. She runs that fertility clinic on Lexington." I couldn't breathe. "He uses numbing cream while you sleep. You never feel the needles." I drove straight from Starbucks to the nearest ER, with Dana's medical records still pulled up on my phone as evidence, and demanded hormone testing. The doctor frowned at the results. "Are you taking Lupron for endometriosis perchance?" When I asked what that was, her face went pale. "Lupron shuts down your ovaries. We use it for endometriosis or IVF, but in high doses it can cause permanent damage." That night I forced myself to stay awake, fighting the bone-deep exhaustion. It was 3 a.m. when I felt the cold cream on my hip, then numbness spreading. Through slitted eyes, I watched Nathan pull out a syringe, finding the exact spot to insert into. I knew catching him in the act meant putting myself in danger, so I forced myself to lie still while my heart pounded so hard I thought he'd hear it. The next day, while he was at work, I tore apart our apartment. Nothing. Then I remembered the guitar case he never touched. I opened it up and felt my heart drop. Inside were vials of Lupron with my name on prescriptions I'd never seen, syringes, lidocaine cream. His notebook made me vomit. My exact hormone levels predicted weeks in advance, all matching my blood work perfectly. I must have been sitting there for hours before I heard him come home, and confronted him immediately. "What is this?" I asked, throwing the notebook at his chest. He didn't even flinch. "You said you wanted to make a difference." His voice was calm, almost proud. "What are you talking about?" I was screaming now. "Your eggs are helping infertile couples. 3 babies are already on the way." The room spun. "My eggs?" He pulled up his laptop, showing me security footage from his mother's clinic. There I was, seemingly awake, signing consent forms. "I don't remember this," he shrugged. "The sedative causes amnesia but keeps you compliant. Mom's been perfecting it for years." I couldn't stand. "When I thought I had appendicitis and got surgery from the free guy your mom recommended?" "Yeah, that was egg retrieval," he laughed. "We managed to retrieve 67 eggs. But baby, you have premium genetics. Your SAT scores, your IQ test from college. Couples paid $100,000 each." The admiration in his voice made me want to vomit. I ran to the bathroom and locked the door, and that's when my phone started blowing up with texts from Dana. She had given me more names of his exes. 5 women, all infertile by 25, all with the same story. I called them all. Nathan's mother had been doing this for 15 years. I burst out and found him standing by the doorway smirking. I lunged, but my body was too weak. He caught my wrists. "The damage is irreversible, if you're wondering. Your ovaries are dead tissue now, but I did it for you, and I'd still marry you." "I'd still marry you too," I responded, staring at him with fake doe eyes, and that dumbass ate up every word of it. When he kissed me back, I had to stop myself from laughing, because I still had his key. I knew his schedule. He'd taught me exactly how to use syringes, and soon he'd wake up to the same nightmare he'd given 15 women, except his would never end. Full story on channel, link below.